Sequels, a staple of film and especially the horror genre. I have loved sequels for as long as I've loved horror movies. Most horror franchises, well, actually all horror franchises have sequels. Obviously, it needs to have a sequel to have a franchise. And the sequels are what makes the franchise iconic. But there's been an age-old argument, and that is that the original movie is always better than the sequel. And sure, that is true for some franchises, but I feel like with a lot of them, I'd actually beg to differ and say that the sequel is better than the original. Here to present some examples today, such as the one in the thumbnail, Friday the 13th Part 2. Well, don't get me wrong, the first Friday the 13th is iconic, but this one introduces Jason as the main villain. The final girl in this one, Jenny, something like that, I forgot her name, is probably the most iconic final girl in the franchise. Jason's look with the bag on his head, you get it right there, show it to you, is super iconic. Not as iconic as the hockey mask, but still like a staple of the franchise. They even brought it back for the remake for a portion. And I mean, I feel like this one just improves on the original in every way, except for maybe the poster. The original's poster was definitely better, I think. But Sean Cunningham and Friends, I think he's the one that runs the franchise. They improved on what they did in the original and made this one much better. So definitely an example of a franchise where it just got better over time is Part 2. I won't even say this one is my favorite in the franchise, but I feel like most people, if not all, will agree that this one is better than the original Friday the 13th. Another example is Child's Play 2. Have to get my mandatory Chucky mention in for the video. So, I think Child's Play 2 is something the fan favorite of the franchise. It's personally not my favorite. That's 3. But I try to be like objective and not have personal bias bringing to this video. And I feel like most people will also put Child's Play 2 above. This is when Chucky starting to become like a character. He starts cracking jokes, but he's still scary. That's very important that he has that balance between being funny and scary. And they're able to make Chucky scary in this one. And he's able to be funny. Alex Vincent is great in this one. He's matured a bit since the first movie. I think that really helps with the story, as you know, he's able to take things more seriously, makes everything more intense. I remember seeing in like a behind the scenes video that Alex thought that the movie depended on him, so he brought his A game to this movie. Don Mancini wrote it, just like he's written every single movie in this franchise, and eventually directed. And it's great. I think Chucky looks the best in this movie, besides Bride. My favorite look for Chucky is the stitched Chucky, but when he's not stitched, he definitely looks the best in this one. I'd love to get a doll one day of how he looks in 2. I have a good guy doll from Child's Play 2. It's not in camera. Maybe I'll show it in a video one day, who knows. But Chucky definitely looks great. And yeah. It's a bummer that Trick or Treat Studios lost the little rant. It's a bummer that Trick or Treat Studios lost the rights to Child's Play. I missed out on so much of their stuff that I wanted. I really wanted the pizza face head. I didn't even get the Ultimate Chucky, as I feel like most people went to Trick or Treat Studios to buy Child's Play stuff, and then they lost the rights. I don't know what happened, but I feel they should work to get it back. I don't know how that would happen, but Trick or Treat Studios, get it back. I feel like that was your big moneymaker. Sorry. Also, a little funny thing, that's not Alex Vincent on the back of the Blu-ray. That's like his stunt double. I don't know how that happened, but it's funny. Alright, back to the topic, but definitely Child's Play 2 is an example of the sequel improving on the original in almost every way. I'll say I do kind of miss Andy's mom. I hope they bring her back in a future movie. Another example, Critters 2. First Critters, absolutely classic. I actually don't know if this came out before or after Gremlins, the first Critters movie. So I don't want to call it a knockoff. They're very different. They're both very fun. I'd recommend both of them. If you like Critters, watch Gremlins. If you like Gremlins, watch Critters. I honestly kind of prefer Critters over Gremlins, but they're both iconic. Critters 2, this is an Easter movie. Just not many of those. All I can think of off the top of my head besides this is the Bunny Man Massacre. Uh, yeah. But Critters 2, it's way more fun. I don't remember a lot of specifics about this movie. It's been a while since I've watched it. But one thing is the poster on this is my favorite horror movie poster of all time. I would love to get a giant poster and hang on my wall of Critters 2. I love the Critters ball so much. I'd love to have a critter one day. Just how cool would that be? If there's just a critter right here. That'd be dope. So I got this Blu-ray from the Scream Factory box set. Please watch the Critters franchise. I need more people talking about those movies, alright? Critters 2 especially. Watch Critters 2. It improves on the first one and brings back the space people. Man, I don't know. It's great. I think the budget was definitely higher in this one. The critters, I think, look a little better in this one. It's great all around. Also, Leonardo DiCaprio is in the third Critters movie. I think that's actually one of two Leonardo DiCaprio movies. I've seen Critters 3 and Romeo and Juliet, and those are the only ones I've seen. And I call myself a cinephile. I'm a fraud. Shame, shame, shame. Alright, and this next one, and the last one that I have physically, is a recent one. This came out this Halloween. That's Terrifier 3. Oops. Terrifier 3 is definitely the best of the franchise so far. Damien Leone constantly is improving, and I feel like objectively we can all agree that this is both better in quality in both Terrifier 1 and 2. Especially Terrifier 1. Terrifier 2 improves on Terrifier 1 100%, and then this is able to improve on both of those movies. The Christmas vibes are unbeatable. Art the Clown is, I think, a horror icon now. I love this. I saw this in theaters. I know I had a pre-order the Blu-ray right after because I wanted to make sure I had it by Christmas so I can watch it again. There's very rarely when I watch a movie and I immediately would just want to watch it again. And this stakes are high. It brings back Victoria from the first movie. Makeup's great, bloody, gory, just how you want a Terrifier movie. It's perfect. Terrifier 3 100% improves. The best in the franchise. And those are just the examples I have physically. I can think of so many more. One I kind of wanted to include but wasn't so sure about was actually in Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Because I know that's like the fan favorite and everyone loves number 3. But I feel like a lot of people all still prefer the original over 3. Like me personally, the original is my favorite. 3 is great. But I don't know. You should let me down in the comments if what you think is a horror sequel that is objectively better than the original. I know we all have our preferences. Like, Child's Play 3 is my favorite in the Child's Play franchise, but it's objectively not better than 2. It's the one that holds a special place in my heart, but let me know, like, objectively, what's a better sequel. But it's just a great sequels that I can think of. Halloween 4 and 2. It's been a while since I've seen 3, so I don't remember. I know that one doesn't have Michael in it. I've heard great things about it. I've seen it, it's just been a while. But 2 and 4, I prefer over the original Halloween, but I can't, like, objectively say that they're better than the first one, you know? Yeah, it's good for horror movies to have sequels. I feel like, sequels are kind of what keep the genre alive in a way, you know? The original movies that they come out with are great, but those don't always make the most amount of money. The sequels need to make the money so that we can keep on making the original ones, you know? That's why I don't really mind when theaters are full with already existing IP, because that's what I like. I don't have to worry too much about not liking it. So I'm never one to complain about that. Yeah. So go watch a sequel. I'm excited for Megan 2. Hold on to your vaginas, because that's going to be great. That's not going to be a horror movie. It's definitely not. That's an action movie. I kind of want to make a movie. Yeah. I want to make a video about the first Megan before the second one comes out, because I have so much to say about the first one and this upcoming sequel. But I'm excited. It looks like fun. Thanksgiving 2, I don't know when that's coming out, but I'm pumped for Thanksgiving 2. I feel like Eli Roth is definitely going to improve on that. Scream 6 actually has me scared. I probably should have brought that one up. But, it's just so many sequels that are able to improve on the original. And you have to have your high hopes. So this is kind of just to help set your mindset a little. Don't just automatically think since it's a sequel that'll be worse. Sometimes the sequels are way better. I think that's all I have to say. But please, please, if you're someone that's against sequels, give them another chance, you know? They deserve just as much, if not more, love than the original sometimes. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video, hopefully. Bye.